My name is Sheryl. I'm the CEO of the Aboriginal Centre for Performing Arts. I'm also a Munjali woman from the same area, going down to New South Wales border. And I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners as well, where we meet today. APAC, short, is the longest serving and the largest organisation that trains Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in all performing arts genres. And here in the slides you can see that we've got a number of diversity. We do the acting, the dance and the performance. We need your help to start up a company called APAC, the Australian Aboriginal Performing Arts Company. This was working before. There is an unprecedented problem in Australia, and that is the unemployment rate of Indigenous people in terms of the general population of the Australian public. But we have a solution, and that's the Australian Aboriginal Performing Arts Centre that we would like to present today. This here is just a slide of our Michael Jackson's principal dancer with our students. The social impact is simple. We need to close that gap, and particularly when it comes to performing artists, because those statistics are even worse. We are only 2.5% of the population, and yet we are 38% of the symbols that attract people from overseas to Australia. We're about employing emerging Indigenous artists. And why do we need to do that? And that's simple. We need to build the confidence levels of Indigenous people in the performing arts. We become role models within the performing arts. We empower our people in there. We work with our community, and we work with Indigenous and non-Indigenous people in Australia to get the best possible results. And the industry analysis is evident. There is growth there, and there's opportunity for us to take part of. How are we going to do it? Well, it's simple. We have actually got a really good business plan. It's quite complex, but a good one. So what does APAC offer, and how can you be a part of that? And that's what we're asking today. Our first offerings in customer is the school workshops, certificate 2 or 3 in the school curriculum. Not only does this help Indigenous people to be retained within the to Year 12 school curriculum, but we can also package up workshops and performances. We do it by using our Indigenous artists who are trained, and that brings a positive result in terms of cultural experience to Indigenous and non-Indigenous people. Our second offerings and customer is of course to Indigenous artists themselves. They will be on our database, registered to our database. We promote, manage and represent them into positive careers and launch their careers. Third offering is festivals in Australia. This is the growth area in Australia. It's continuing to grow 6 a year. That you don't need to do too much maths to know that this is a place that we can take the opportunity to be part of. And they always have KPIs that need Indigenous performance part of that, like they do multicultural and other sectors of the community. Our fourth customer is the corporate partners. Reconciliation Australia already have over 500 reconciliation action plans. They call them RAP plans for short. And this is an untapped market, and these RAP plans give opportunity to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in there, and part of that is performing arts. Our corporate events, we've got a couple of slides here. We've been involved for over 16 years working with industry. Too much for a training organisation, that's why we need this employment agency or organisation that does the employment side of it. Here we are in the Chuki dancers, we're supporting them. We earlier went to the Opera House and helped launch the Asia Cup, and in Brisbane coming up in November is the G20, and we're already organised to be part of those events there. Our regional tours, well, our mob live out there in the regions and remote areas and don't get a lot of access to our mob performing there. So we do end of year performances each year, and part of those performances we can make into regional tours and then go out there, like from the Gold Coast Arts Centre up to the Cairns Indigenous Arts Festival, or Fair we call it, Cairns Indigenous Arts Fair. This is an opportunity for us to give back to the community. Well, how much is APAC going to cost? We're asking $350,000. That will be the start-up costs and over the first couple of years. We estimate that we break even in the 4th year, and then we will start making profits after that. And those profits will go towards building the team that will then go and give back to the community and to mentor our young Indigenous talent. We are the oldest Indigenous culture in the world. And so why wouldn't you want to be part of that, hey? And we do those, the only ones that do all the honours. And this is, you know, we're fighting for our part in the canvas of performing arts in Australia. Here we're fighting with swords. This is an upcoming play that we're doing this month. We don't usually fight with swords, but we're fighting with our words. We want to have our place in that canvas of Australia. In dance, as I said before, we were invited to the Opera House earlier this year. We helped launch the Asia Cup. There were over 120 million people who observed that. That went internationally. This is the potential that we have. We've got Commonwealth Games coming up. We have Olympic Games. We have international things. This can launch our product into that arena. This is what we call Indigenous fusion. Nobody else can do this. So it's contemporary, which is what we do. We train our students in contemporary, and this is the dance that we can do. Wouldn't you want to be part of that, hey? And I want to give you a sneak preview today of what APAC can produce, but I want to use this as an opportunity to say this: you have an opportunity to be a part of this and to help springboard young, talented Indigenous performers such as Naomi and Mandaway into their performing arts career. Thank you for listening.
Just